Hey guys, welcome to the video. My name is Quinten Kafka genaamd Dengler, and today I want to take you through a story. A story about trading, about why almost everyone fails with trading, about my own journey over the last 4 years, and eventually why I built Zone Search and why it works so well. I am making this video because I noticed that many people are interested in my product, Zone Search, but they often don't fully understand what it is, how it works, or why it even works. And I do get that. The Forex world is one big foggy cloud for most people. You hear words like EA, automatic trading, risk management, and if you don't have enough experience, it all sounds like someone is talking another language to you. So today I want to make everything as simple as possible. I want to explain how trading actually works, why people fail, why Zone Search does not have those problems, and how it can be used by literally anyone. Let me start with myself, because my story is probably very similar to yours or to thousands of beginners who start with trading. I started myself in 2022, very hyped and with zero knowledge. I thought I was being smart by looking for strategies on YouTube, and you probably know the videos which I'm talking about, guys in huge houses, Lamborghinis in the background, and telling you they have a strategy with a 90% win rate. The holy grail, almost no losing trades. And because you don't know anything yet in trading, you think to yourself, damn, this is it, I'm going to do this. So what did I do? I took one of those strategies, I didn't test it at all, I didn't even understand what I was doing in the first place. I jumped into the charts and started trading for 2 weeks straight, and of course, it didn't work at all. And then you realize that those guys do not make money from trading, they make money from broker commissions. Every time someone signs up through their affiliate link, they will get paid. And to be clear, that is not necessarily bad. I also offer a broker option that makes Zone Search cheaper for people that want to buy it. But it should never be the reason to sell nonsense. And anyways, I believe those guys. And I spent a total year jumping from strategy to strategy. Signal groups, indicators, mentorships. You probably know those indicator packages that look very cool with lines, arrows, colors, almost like something from a movie. But then I found out that indicators don't work at all. They only show you what price has already done. They do not predict anything from the future. And I literally know 0 people that are profitable with using indicators in trading. Then you also have signal groups. They are Telegram or Discord groups where someone tells you if you need to buy or sell something. But also that does not work. In 99% of the cases, they earn money from your subscription and not from their own trades. And I realized that all way too late. I think I spent over 10,000 euros in my first year on stuff that just simply did not work. It was a very expensive year, but it taught me a lot of important things. There are no shortcuts in trading. That's the most valuable thing that I got from this year. There is no easy way with trading, and the hardest part is that you don't know who you can trust. Eventually, I started to understand why trading is so difficult for almost everyone, and honestly, it has very little to do with a strategy. Most strategies could work in theory. The real problem is the human executing the strategy. As humans, we are just simply not built to trade well. And that comes down to 2 things, lack of data and emotions. Let me explain that. Most beginners test a strategy on way too little data. Maybe a couple hundred of trades, maybe 1 year of testing, but 1 year literally means nothing. Maybe 2024 was a great year for your strategy, but 2023 was terrible. Maybe you unknowingly curve fitted your strategy to the specific data set, meaning it only worked on that exact period. So you think you found something amazing, but when you go live, the whole thing breaks down. And then the second thing, psychology. You go live, you trade live, and you get 5, let's just say 5 losing trades in a row. And that is completely normal, but your brain goes, this doesn't work. And that is where mistakes start happening. You will skip trades, you will exit your trade too early, you will overtrade, you panic, you get angry, you get way more confidence or you lose confidence, and eventually you will start looking for another new strategy and the whole cycle will restart again and again. After a year of mistakes, losses, frustration and spending way too much money, I finally understood the issue. The problem is not the strategy, the problem is the human running the strategy. Emotions, impatience, doubt, lack of data, misinterpretation. All those things destroy a trader before they even know they have a real chance in trading. And that is when I realized that this has to change. If the human is the problem in trading, then the human has to be removed from the process. And that is exactly why I built Zone Search. Zone Search is a fully automated trading robot. It opens trades, closes trades, follows all the rules perfectly and never hesitates. Because a bot has no emotions, it doesn't get scared, it doesn't get greedy or angry. It just follows the rules every day, every week, every single trade. And that eliminates so many problems. The emotions, the mistakes, and the inconsistency are all gone. And maybe the best part is, time also is no longer an issue. A bot can trade while you sleep, while you work, and while you live your life, because you do not need to analyze the chart yourself anymore. But that only fixes the psychology and the time problem. The other half, the data, also needs to be very solid, of course. So that is why I tested Zone Search on 12 years of data, and we're getting very close to 13 years now, as it is almost the end of 2025. So not 6 months, not 300 trades, full 12 years. So all of that has a lot of information. It has COVID, it has wars, recessions, the US elections, volatility periods which are high and low, everything. If a strategy performs consistently for 12 years straight across all market conditions, you know it's real, and you know it's structural, you know it's not luck. Let me quickly explain what you will see when you look at a backtest. A backtest is basically a time machine. You run the strategy on historical market data as if Zone Search already existed back then. You get to see how much profit it made, how many trades it took, the losing periods, the growth, everything. And Zone Search does not run only one strategy on one pair. It runs the same strategy across different currency pairs. We call each of these a setup. For example, USD, Japanese yen setup, GBP, USD setup, Euro, USD setup. So each pair and each configuration results in one setup. And here's where it gets very interesting. One setup, starting with 10,000 euro, ends in a backtest with around 99,000 euro. That is a return of 896%, averaging about 74% per year. So that's equal to like 6% per month. For perspective, the S&P 500 does about 10% per year on average. Zone Search does about 74% per year. And that is just one setup. Running multiple setups makes it even more stable and more profitable. Now, people will probably ask, if this really works, why isn't everyone doing it? Which is a very solid question. And honestly, I am not sure. I think a lot of people are scared. A lot of people don't believe anything that is automated can work. And some people probably also think that it is too good to be true. And others believe success must always be difficult, so that a bot could never outperform a human. And the funny thing is, a bot works because it is not human. And of course, nobody knows exactly what will happen in the next 10 years. We can only say that we have 12 years of data and Zone Search performs in real life exactly as the backtest predicts. But guarantees? No. And I won't pretend there are, because all I can say is that we have around 500 members right now in Trirex, and around 250 of those have Zone Search. Most of them had zero trading experience when they started. My dad, my sister, girlfriend, my brother-in-law, friends, they are all profitable since they started. None of them knew a single thing about trading, none knew how MetaTrader 5 worked, and none knew what a buy or sell order was. And yet they are all running it successfully. Even my dad, who is not great with computers, set it up easily. And that is because I created a manual and videos that anyone can understand, beginner or not. And on top of that, we have a Discord community where you can get help, ask questions, share results, and talk with other users. So if you are wondering how do I start, the process is extremely simple. You join the Discord server, you open a ticket and tell us that you want to get Zone Search. Once that is done, we add you to the Zone Search Discord group. You receive your license, the manual, installation videos, psychology videos, everything. Then you buy a VPS. That is basically a Windows computer that runs 24/7 in the cloud, so the bot trades even while your PC is off. You install the bot on the VPS, choose which setups you want to run from the guide, and that is it. The whole setup takes around 2 to 3 hours, and after that, Zone Search trades completely automatically. So that is my story. That is why I built Zone Search. I was a beginner who fell for the same traps everyone else does. I made every mistake possible. I lost money, I lost time, I lost energy and motivation. And eventually I realized the problem isn't really the strategy, it is the human running it. And when you remove the human from the process and replace it with automation, data, structure and consistency, you finally will get something that works. I hope this video made everything clear. If you have questions or want to get started, just simply join the Discord using the link below. Open a ticket, talk to us, and we will help you personally. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you soon inside the Trirex community server.